Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream. Today I am joined by the one, the only Slade. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. I've never been on this side before.
It's nice over here. We like it on this side. We're playing some Overwatch today, and this is actually a very good Kansas State team that LCU will be playing today. Actually really got close to beating Ferris State, so very, very good. We'll see what LCU is able to do.
Far is getting some nice ult percentage right there.
Mize was trying to find a pick, didn't get it, and will go down. That will be Kansas State taking the point to start this off. The rest of the team going to have to regroup and wait for Mize to get back to try and lead them back in again. As we are jumping straight into this one. Again, this is LCU Overwatch 2 going up against Kansas State University, one of the other top teams in this division. A very, very competitive division. And that was a big ante that did come out. It's going to be 3 for LCU, 4 for LCU going down. And there is the team kill. LCU going to have to regroup and respawn and get back into this one. See what they are able to do. As it's 44% on the way of Kansas State, starting this one off very, very hot. LCU trying to get something going, trying to get on point. That's kind of been a theme of the last few weeks, is starting off strong. We've seen them start off strong, and now the emphasis has to be kind of holding that momentum, as they will just get run down right there. That is another team kill for Kansas State.
My personal opinion, I think they need to switch off the new tank champ that came out. I think it's Ramatra. I can't
Ramatra,
whatever his name is.
Yeah, he came out. Everyone was super hyped for him. And he is strong, but he's been tuned down a little bit and loses some of that. He's got the little shield right there, but
I've been told he needed a buff. He's not very, like, a lot of his abilities just aren't as strong as they need to be doing good his role.
And that is going to be a lot of ults right here in the middle, but it will be Kansas State that's going to win out as 3 for LCU go down. Juice was waiting on the back line. Will go down as well.
Oh, and Warren almost got it.
Photon not quite able to get the touch to keep it going.
I don't know how you do this, Landon. I don't know how you comment. I'm trying to think of stuff to say, but
it just comes to you as you do it more and more. I see Jackson in the chat with his daily saying of my name. Appreciate you for being here, Jackson. Tell everybody else that they need to get in here. I know all of y'all in the Discord are playing. Tell them that they need to hop in the stream, as there's nearly 30 of us, so we've got a good crowd tonight. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight and turning on the stream, taking time out of y'all's day, as always, to support the Overwatch team. And getting into the second point, Juice didn't quite get the rollout he was looking for. But we'll go back in, try and apply as much pressure as possible. The Sigma has been switched. I mean, it looks like
we were able to get the turrets down. Maybe we'll be able to win this point.
Yeah, I don't think the enemy team had a Symmetra, so they didn't teleport, which allowed LCU to. I think they were just a little bit late. He will get booped off.
I always gotta be careful on that edge because of Lucio.
Yeah, this one you have to be all the way around the point. You've got this little edge that you have to be careful of, as Juice just gonna go ahead and float off. Got Poseidon on the Sojourn. We've got a Sigma, Kiriko. Then we've got the Mercy and the Pharah to round out the team comp here in the second point. See if they're able to get something going, as it was all Kansas State in the first round. Took that one I think it was 100-0 in that first round. LCU really needs to find something, find some sort of pressure, as I think, there we go. Need to find some sort of pressure to put on to Kansas State and not let them just coast through this one. kind of trying to move around this first corner.
Their Reinhardt is pretty good. He just seems to be constantly able to hit a hammer, then immediately his shield's back up.
Juice going to get 2 of them with his ult. He got the 1 healer and 1 damage, but will go down himself. And it looks like there goes the rest of LCU as they're going to have to regroup and spawn again at 60%. Let's see what they are able to put together, as they'll probably have one more big fight, and then it's going to have to be, they're going to have to find a touch if they don't win that one. So they do not have the Pharah ult for this fight. They're close to the Kiriko ult. And then they do have the Sigma ult as well. So they've got a little bit of utility to use in this one. We'll see where they choose to use it. As the Reinhardt Shatter going to go down. May going to go down. Not allow Mize to get his ult off. And they are just going to hold that corner right there like a wall. That'll be a team kill for Kansas State. And LCU going to try and find a touch. Ult going down. Going to grab a few of them, but not able to touch. Kansas State will take this first map 2-0. And that will be a 1-0 map advantage now for Kansas State University. It's going into this second map. Again, and we've said this often, but they've got to find some sort of way to be aggressive, which is really hard when you're playing these very good teams in Kansas State and the Ferris States and St. Xavier's. They do a really good job of taking you out of what you're trying to do and not allowing your game plan to work.
Yeah.
And they've done a very good job at that tonight.
They have a really good, strong. Their healers are really good at keeping their guys alive when you just seem not be able to gain any picks.
Yeah, they're very, very good, and again, that's why this is one of the top teams in the conference. Yeah. It's not by just chance that they're beating some of the top teams, and this is such a competitive conference with Ferris and St. Xavier and Kansas State. There's a lot of really good teams, and it's a good learning experience for this LCU team as they've got a lot of players who haven't done this for very long, haven't got to play in competitive play like this. So they're getting some good experience right now, and I know it'll benefit them later on down the line. Sometimes you have to lose a little bit before you can start winning. So we'll see where they decide to go next.
I think that's, I forget, but it's the castle map in Germany. That's the one that
I can't read it. Oh, it's Eichenwald. Okay. Yeah. So this is one, it's a hybrid. So you've got to take the first point. You've got to get all 3 ticks of the first point, and then you take the cart and you push it through around the castle and then through the castle to finish it. It's a tough one. I don't want to say it's really hard to attack, but you have to make it through the first choke point coming out of spawn.
That first choke point can be very tough. I remember back when I played Overwatch, that was probably one of the hardest places to get out of.
Yeah. You've got to make it through because that bridge there's some verticality to it, so you can sit on that bridge and kind of harass them that way, but then you can also be underneath and in the rooms to the side, and there's a lot of different places to hold. But if you're attacking, it's kind of easy to rush your way through it as well. You've got to be very organized and ready for the fight once you get through, but a lot of teams elect to just kind of try and fly through the choke point altogether. And some teams, when they're defending, don't even hold the choke that close. They're more trying to go back to make sure that you don't back tap somehow or move around a different way. So really interested to see the strategy for LCU in this one, as they are just now getting into the map again. This is the second map here this week in their NACE game against Kansas State University. And Kansas State currently holds the 1-0 lead on the map count. And they are just now getting into it. And we will see as LCU will be attacking first. So advantage will go to Kansas State in the aspect of they know where they're going to have to get the cart, or they know how much of the point they're going to have to take, and they kind of can set the tone. But and that's the thing. LCU, on the other hand, though, they kind of have to start off. They can set the tone. They can be aggressive. They can set a score that is hard for hard for Kansas State to match on their attacking round. So we'll see how they decide to play this one. So they're about to be rolling out of the spawn here in just a second. And we'll see what they decide to do, how they decide to get their way through this choke point, and how Kansas State decides to hold it. So it looks like the May wall going to come off, split the Rhine. And yeah, I mean, that right there, they were just on either side of it, used the May wall, and then went right after.
We got to stick together. That May wall really cut us off, and then they were just able to take our Reinhardt. And that team kill is not what we really want to be seeing right now at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, that was good hold. Very good May wall from Kansas State, as it did take Reinhardt out of the question. They were able to jump on top of him and then make their way through the rest of the team from there. So they've got one guy poking in the back. You see the Reinhardt for Kansas State peeking around that corner. And then they're going to try and just throw out as much harass as possible. They're splitting either side. Maywall going to go down. And it's going to be Mize trying to run back, but it's Kansas State running down the rest of the team. As that is another team kill for Kansas State. And we've got about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. Still plenty of time to get onto the point. But one of the big things when they try and throw this May wall up, you can bait the May wall by acting like you're going to go in and backing out, but sometimes a good May wall just... there's no counter to it. If you get it down, they can be very detrimental. As they're picking the Symmetra, they're just going to say, we're going to go straight through it no matter what. A May wall of LCU is going to go down, try and trap the May. She uses the ice block and is going to try and back out. As Thrak taking some damage. They're trying to find anybody. The May ult going to go down. And I think this is going to grab the rest of LCU.
I mean, we got 1/3 of it with that type push.
Yeah, you've got to start somewhere, and that first tick, once you get it to the 33% mark, the 66% mark, it stays. So they don't have to capture that again. It'll just start ticking up from there. But any percentage, like if you don't get it to 66, say you get it to 56, it will go back down to 33. So kind of milestones that you got to reach. Because the Mayo does a good job of zone the McCree, but they're moving through. Or Cassidy, I'm sorry. It's not McCree anymore. The pin going to take out another. Juice going to sit back and try and throw out a little bit of damage. But without the rest of his team, he will have to just wait for the rest of them to come back. And it will be the rest of the team trying to move through. We'll see if they try and teleport again. They do still have the Symmetra. They've got a few ults to work with as well. They've got the Symmetra ult and the Reinhardt ult. Both very, very big game-changing ones. And they're quickly going to move through. Might see the Shatter going to go down. And LCU going to find 3 of them. 4-Starka going to go down. There's another one. And they do get the team kill. That's very big, as they now will take possession of the payload and have to move it. That buys them a little bit more time. And they have 3 minutes and 8 seconds to get this cart all the way through the castle. You will get a little bit more time at that first milestone, the little diamond. And then you've got to get it the rest of the way. And this is when it gets really hard. The verticality is very tough to deal with when you're trying to push this cart. They can almost just sit up there and poke you out as you move the cart around. You've got to be aggressive, trying to get on top. Is Sleep Dart going to find them? But Juice does a good job setting down the Symmetra turrets. Going to throw out as much damage as possible. Thrak going to find one. Big fight going to happen in the castle. It's going to be few from LCU going down. Poseidon does grab the May, but it will force LCU off the cart and into a regroup. Very good push from LCU right there, as they were able to get the payload, get it around the corner, and we'll see what they're able to do from there. As nothing has changed on the team comp front of things. But that McCree is just standing up top, throwing out all sorts of damage. Ult not going to find anybody. Good job by LCU to avoid that. Trying to heal as much as possible. Poseidon right near ult as well. They do have beat. It's the May ult for Kansas State going down, but a good beat.
Good beat, so done. That was a good play.
keep most of LCU alive for the moment. Kiriko ult going to come out. Thrak trying to back up. Healing, though, coming out. Thrak going to find 2 of them as he does get the shatter off. That is one going to go down for LCU. McCree walking out behind him. They will jump right on top of him. Good job from Poseidon to take him out. And he still does have his ult. And after a slow start, we'll see if they're able to push their way all the way to this first point. Buy him a little bit more time. And keep moving this cart down the line as they are approaching this next one very quickly. They've got ults to use. Symmetra ult going to come down. Maywall also going to come out. Juice going to fall. Thrak going to go down as well. And LCU going to be forced to retreat after a Symmetra ult right there. And that will be Photon as well.
Just hunted her down.
Yeah, they did. They just came right after, tried to stagger it a little bit, so they do get the little bit of a stagger as Photon still respawning, getting to the rest of the team. And the card is so close to that first point. See if LCU is able to get something going right here. They're going to force a fight in the castle. He will get stuck.
But their McCree is really good with the sort of sticky grenade between the guys.
Yeah, it's such a scary ability because it just locks on, and so you have to get it in their direction, and it does a lot of damage. The good thing is it takes away some of that mobility. So when McCree got reworked, interesting. When McCree got reworked, they, instead of his E being the flashbang grenade that he used to have, which would just stun the enemy and allow you to put out damage, you lose some of that utility and crowd control, and so it does a lot of damage, but you're kind of just stuck if you get hit by it, which is very, very unfortunate. As we're going to be hopping into the next, I guess, session of this, as LCU will be on defense and Kansas State will be on the offensive side of things here, as we are going to get ready. They're going to get their position, and we will be back at it here in just a second. Is they need a big hold here. They did buy themselves a lot of room by getting the cart and moving it around to near the first point, but is still going to require a very good defense from LCU in order to stop the push from Kansas State, and can't allow them to get any further than LCU got, or Kansas State will take a 2-0 lead in this NACE match. It's best of 5, so that would put it at match point, as the third map, I believe, would just be a straight it'll just be straight push the payload. And we usually on that one see Circuit Royale, but I'm not sure what we'll see today.
We seem to be, or the team comp seems to be trying to deal with a lot of snipers to try to
Yeah, and a lot of what you'll see from LCU, and they did the same thing. You've got the Hanzo to just try and throw out as much harass as possible coming around this corner. Kansas State going to try and group up on the side, as Juice just trying to find anybody at the moment. And then we'll see where they decide to go from there. Still nothing crazy going on. Almost seems like they're trying to lull LCU to sleep, as they do move quickly around the corner now. They find one. LCU going to grab one as well. They're going to res, and the rest of the team going to fall. Yeah. As Kansas State going to grab the objective very, very quickly. And now it's up to LCU to try and defend this push from the Kansas State Wildcats.
That's a dirty snipe on the mate they just did to our Ash.
They see that little yellow outline on the ground. That's as far as the cart can go, or it will go to Kansas State here. cannot let it go any further than that. His card is starting to approach the first little turn. LCU opting to hold right at the point instead of up close. Reinhardt going to make it out with not much health. Never mind, he'll go down. Thrak is able to find him, but they trade back too. LCU finds one more and going to get knocked off the edge.
That was a bad play with her assault off right there. Gotta know where you're at so you don't accidentally shoot yourself off the map.
And it looks like some ults could be coming up for LCU, so they'll have some utility to play with. And we'll see what they can find. He's got the dragons ready to go. Good place to use this on the bridge where you can kind of hide it a little bit. And he does throw it down.
Oh, they slapped him.
And not gonna find a lot of use out of that one, unfortunately. As they do still have Bob. Good shots right there from Poseidon. He's gonna find one. Then he'll throw out Bob. Bob gonna run straight into the Reinhardt. Juice gonna hop up, look in the window, try and find some shots over the wall. Very close to hitting that Ana. Didn't quite get him. LCU gonna have to move quickly if they want to stop this cart from moving the rest of the way. And it's right there. Dragons out. Going to find one. The cart is just right there. LCU has to have an incredible hold. Mayult going to go down. They're going to try and clean up everybody else if they can. Thrak does a good job to get the touch. Trading back and forth. Thrak still on the point. I think LCU is able to hold them off for just a little bit longer and force the Kansas State regroup as only 2 minutes and 41 seconds. They've got a couple more tries to get this cart just a little bit further. LCU going to back it out a little bit.
That was a good ult right there. Split the team up, and they were able to take both of them out as they were able to clump together, and they could stay as they just split them up.
Yeah, that was very good from Thrak to notice that May ult was about to end, step in it just a little bit, but gave him enough time to get the touch and immediately stop that cart from moving any further. They're going to keep moving it backwards. Kansas State going to have to get a little bit aggressive here if they want to get this cart the rest of the way. It's not that far from the final point. Photon, damage boosting Juice. See if he's able to find anybody. He does scout one out right there. And Reinhardt going to come flying in. The rest of the team right behind him, trying to find as much as he can. Four Stark doing a good job backing out, but too much from Kansas State is coming out here. Going to grab most of the team as it's going to come down to if Photon can get the touch, and she just quite does not get it. And that will be Kansas State taking this second map. It's 2-0 here on LCU Esports. As we are going to take a slight break, let them get into the third map, grab some water. After we watch this play of the game from Juice, the dragons that come out. And then finds the May, flips around a nasty headshot onto the McCree. And yeah, we're going to take a slight break and we will be back here on LCU Esports. Alrighty, hopping back into the last part of this NACE match, or what could be, as it is match point for Keensaw State. I apologize for the confusion. We had the wrong KSU. This is the Keensaw State Owls. So yeah, we apologize for that confusion, but it is the Keensaw State Owls that LCU is going up against this week. For NACE, it's 2-0 in their favor right now. LCU trying to get something going here, as it is all Keensaw so far. The Owls firmly in control of this one as they look to close it out here on Junkertown, where LCU will start on defense. Or on offense, sorry. It'll be Keensaw on defense. And they will try and get this cart as far as possible before they have to switch to the defensive side themselves. Give themselves a little bit of wiggle room, which they did well last time. Juice going to grab one, but will get traded back himself. Another one will go down for LCU. And the cart will keep moving for the moment, though, as I think probably once they get to this bridge, they will cut them off. Trying to throw out as much damage as possible as LCU, as they lose another one. It'll be Poseidon that goes down. The Ash Bomb going to hit a lot of them, but they put out some damage on the Sigma, as it seems like Keensaw is holding this cart right underneath that bridge. Juice going to find one. See if they're able to find some more as they're trying to get it. They've got it pretty much through this choke right here. And then you've got to get it all the way to this first checkpoint. Buy themselves a little bit more time, as this cart has pretty steadily moved through. Stopped just for a little bit, but not very long. LCU putting up a good offensive attack at the moment. As this Sigma ult going to come down, grab 3 from LCU. That's Juice, Forstarka, and Poseidon. All 3 going down. And they will have to regroup back in spawn. They do have some ults that they're able to use, though. So there is a lot of potential right here with that cart right by the first checkpoint. If you can get it there, buy yourself some more time. Don't have to worry about the home base spawn. Your spawn gets moved up. You get more time, and you've got a new objective to try and get the cart through. And I would say probably the next one and the last one are the hardest to move the cart through, as this one's pretty open. You've got a couple chokes you've got to get through. But this one, this next one, the verticality aspect of it comes into play. And there's a lot of places to throw out damage and hide, as that is going to be one going down for LCU. Dragon's going to come out, going to find the Ash, but Widow finds Juice and Photon. And the heal, the res will get, the Ash will get traded back by the Widow. Poseidon got one of them and then was taken out himself. So the rest of LCU going to be respawning back at home. They've got 1 minute and 9 seconds. Gives you probably 2 fights depending how fast you take this one. It could just be 1 and then a touch from there. We'll see what they opt to do, if they try and hurry this first one up or if they play it slower and use the rest of their time. It looks like they're moving through. Should have enough time depending on how this fight goes to get back to the card if it doesn't go the way they want it. That Widow trying to find Juice. Juice doing a good job avoiding that for the moment. Poseidon throwing out a lot of damage onto the Bob. Widow going to find Forstarka. Going to find Photon. Ash going to get Thrak. Widow going to find the last player for LCU, as they're going to have to get a touch. They've got 23 seconds, which is enough time. Should be enough time to get the rest of your team, but they're going to have to get that touch quickly and get the cart the rest of the way without getting off of it. As Widow finds another. Widow been inserting her will in this one. A lot of damage going out. Thrak is switched to the Winston. And another one going to go down for LCU. Sigma ult going to come out, grab Thrak. Photon. Forstarka was able to get the Widow. And right now, Poseidon holding it down the overtime. He is just trying to move back and forth, live as long as possible. See if they're able to get any sort of a touch. Winston hops on, just doesn't get it. As he tried to hop to the cart right there, not quite able to reach. And that will be Keensaw State defending that first point very well, and will force LCU to have a near perfect defense in order to stop the attack of this Keensaw State Owls team as they look to close this one out and move to 2-3 on the regular season here on LCU Esports. As for LCU, need a big win here, not only just for morale on the team, because winning helps fix a lot of things, but they need to find the win column here, as they're 0-4 on the year. This would knock them back to 0-5. And we will see what they are able to do as defense is setting up. We did lose Slade for the broadcast, so it is just me that is on the broadcast at the moment. And this one is about to get back underway here, as they are just now starting out. The cart going to start to move, and LCU with their backs against the wall going to try and find something here. This Widow trying to find a few more heads before this one ends. As one goes down for LCU. And then there goes another one. Shottle gets another. 3 are down for LCU. 4 are down for LCU. And they are all going to have to regroup and try and get to the cart before it reaches the objective. As they are going to try and take this space. Thrak switches to Ball. Going to try and put out as much damage as possible, but Ball is mainly just to buy themselves some time, get to the cart quickly, and you'll see he's just going to start rolling around like a pinball. We'll see if they're able to get something going. The rest of LCU. 2 more for the Widow going to be taken out. And Thrak trying to buy as much time as possible is getting low. Juice goes for the hack. And it is going to be him going down. Thrak going down. And the cart is going to reach the rest of the way. And that will be a win for the Keensaw State Owls, as they are led by what seemed to be this Widow, who is very, very good. See a lot of love for him in the chat. Played a great game. Shout out to Keensaw State. We appreciate y'all coming out to the stream tonight. It means a lot to have some people in here supporting your team, all that kind of stuff. We appreciate y'all being here, I guess. And then, yeah, that's going to close it out for us tonight, as that is a quick 3-0 victory for Keensaw State Owls, and that will push LCU now to 0-5 on the year, and that'll move Keensaw to 2-3. So thank y'all all for being in the stream. Shout out to the Overwatch team. They're working hard. This is not the results that they are looking for, but they will get there. Show some love to your Shaps, as they are going to get better from here. And then thank you to Abby and also Slade, but Abby did production today. Slade came in, helped out a little bit, and did some commentary. We love both of them. They do an incredible job. And then shout out to everybody who came for the stream. It was a lot of fun. Everybody who's in here, all the Keensaw fans, we appreciate y'all being here as well. It was a good time. And yeah, everybody stay safe. Have a great night, and we will see y'all in the next stream.